tape. My name is Joan Andal Romano, and I am a structural engineer. I've been doing it for 17 years, and any free time I get, I paint. My work is mostly acrylic paint, but I like to categorize it as mixed media because it's not just acrylic, it's ink, watercolor, gesso, different mediums, and I like to work on canvas. I also paint papers, I make papers, I take recycled paper and I age them, I dye them in tea bags, and I try to recreate paper, and that helps put another dimension to the work. So you notice a lot of my paintings have these bright, bright colors, and it just feeds off of how I look at life is just all in color. I just really enjoy painting and having the thought of there are no rules, mix things up, experiment, see what happens, and that part of the freedom of the art world is what draws me closer and closer into a more deeper sense of this is where I belong right now in my life. I've always, from the very beginning, I've always loved art. During high school, math and art were my favorite subjects. I was always in the art studio, and instead of hanging out with my friends, I was in the art studio doing art. So it was something in me. And being in my mid-30s, I realized, why am I not painting? Why am I not learning or hanging out with like minds? So I decided to look around Milton, and I bumped into an artist studio, and that was 4 years ago, and to this day 20 of us still get together every 2 weeks and we just do art. Being in that supportive group and also learning a lot of mixed media techniques, it just catapults you to experiment your art. Engineering's that other side of me where it's more structured, there's deadlines. It's the art stuff that balances. It's a plastic polymer, and that's what keeps a painting like this to last for hundreds of years, because this, they call it medium, it's a polymer that turns it into a similar to what a plastic is, even though it still has a texture of a canvas, but it's going to last forever. And that's what you want. It needs to last forever until someone burns it. People ask me a lot of questions in the galleries shows, and they ask if I do this full-time or if I do this part-time. And to be honest, I do it part-time. And the reason is because I have a young family. I left a full-time position down to a more humbling part-time position to work, and at the same time have free time to raise the kids and have free time to paint. At first, when I painted for a year, I didn't want to showcase my work. I was very private. So from that point of view, I felt like I was painting for myself, and I still do paint for myself, but I didn't think I could share it to the world. Part of me was saying, well, the world doesn't deserve to look at my paintings. And the other part of me was, I was scared. I was scared because I thought, if I showed my work, it's like showing your underwear to the public. It's the vulnerability. It's showing a side of you that only my family would see. And then I had a party. I attended a party, and there was this gentleman who hired me actually from very fresh out of university. It was my first job in a consulting firm. And I told him I was dabbling in painting, and he said, well, where do you exhibit? And I said, I haven't yet. He said, well, why don't you? And I told him the story about the vulnerable part and the underwear. And he looked at me and said, as an artist, you have to show us your underwear. So I thought, well, this guy is funny, but it's true. Why should I not show the world? I don't have to be a Jeff Koons or the next whoever is in the spotlight right now, Banksy or whatever. I'm not gonna say I want to be them. That's not my goal. My goal is to live my life painting the way I want to do it, creating art the way I want to create, having no rules when it comes to my art, and so be it if the paintings get famous or if they don't. That's not what being an artist is about. It's not about making a lot of money and getting famous. It's actually being faithful to your passion.